Hello and good morning to you. This is Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt, and thank you so much for joining us. Welcome again to another exciting time on Super FM News and Current Affairs program Point Blank. Point Blank airs every Saturday on this station. And on Point Blank, we bring to you those who matter. And when you have the big issues, when you're talking about news and current affairs and human angle story, you can only have the best on Point Blank every Saturday from 8:15 a.m. And of course, as part of our agenda, we always love for you to join us and send in your contribution and join all of our discussion on Point Blank. Again, thank you so much for staying with us. And this is Point Blank Saturday. My name is Shegun Olabi. Now, don't forget that we're live on all of our social media platform. On Facebook, it is Super 93.3 FM. On Twitter, it is Super News PH. On Instagram, it is Super FM PH. While we're also on YouTube, it is Super FM PH. Now, you can join and contribute to all of our discussion and join the conversation this morning as we're looking at several issues, and the telephone numbers to call 081 06 78 3493. Again, the numbers 081 06 78 3493, as well as 081 17 43 1021 and 090 05 07 91021. Once again, thank you so much for joining us on Point Blank this Saturday. So, on Point Blank this Saturday, there is now peace falling what we describe as a very big tussle amongst the political elite in River State. On Point Blank this Saturday, we shall be dissecting this peace. And again, so much has happened in the last 7 days in River State. You'll recall that the executive governor of River State, Somina Wike, and his predecessor, and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory met for the first time at the unveiling of the 2024 legal year. A lot happened, and a lot of discussion are going on at what happened and the body language that happened at that particular event. Again, what we know is that the former River State Governor, Chizi Enyi Esq, has said he has forgiven what has happened. But the question is, will Wike truly forgive sin? Will he forgive the brief period of what a lot of people have described as insubordination, according to the Rivers elders? Again, the current peace, will it last in River State? And a lot of people urging the River State Governor to ensure that he takes on the mantle as the governor of River State. Will the governor ignore this call by several Rivers people? These and many more will be discussing on the first leg of the show. And later on the show, 28 years after the Ogoni matter died for Ogoni, a lot of discussion and a lot of talks are still going on, and a lot of people are saying that the ideals of late Ken Saro-Wiwa are yet to be achieved. There was a very big world press conference earlier in the week in Abuja. Celestina Pupari and other activists from the Niger Delta region held that press conference. We'll be looking at some of the cause, some of the demand from that press conference, and that will be later on the show Point Blank. Once again, thank you so much for staying with us. Our guests are already seated. We're presenting the guests to you shortly after this break. Point Blank, we'll be back.
Tired of the lies? Tired of the spin? Are you ready to hear the hard-hitting truth in a comprehensive, conservative, and principled fashion? Point Blank on Super FM 93.3 brings you all the news you need to know. Real conversations, real news, and one-on-one interviews with some of the most intriguing names in River State, South Nigeria, and the country today. Unbiased analysis the way you wish still existed.
They're damaging the economy of the country. I'm not bothered about whether federal government is supporting us or not. Because if you cannot protect the lives of your people, then there's no governance.
From the news that dominates the headlines to the important topics below the fold, left, right, and center busts the opinion bubbles and echo chambers with genuine discussion and real talk.
Out of $500 million that President Goodluck Jonathan borrowed for Abuja, Kaduna. At the time I was speaking, we were paid over 100 and something million out of the $500 million.
Tune into Point Blank with Shegun Awolabi every Saturdays 8:15 a.m. on Super 93.3 FM. Point Blank, civilized yet provocative.
And once again, greetings to you. Thank you so much for staying with us. You're listening to Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. Now, earlier in the week, precisely on Wednesday, a coalition of Rivers NGO members held a big press conference under the umbrella of Rivers Liberation Coalition of NGOs. And this group focused on the current happenings in Rivers State. A lot of demands were made, and some of these demands are very, very critical. Again, we shall be looking at some of the demands made by this coalition of NGO members. And now that we have peace, we shall be asking, will this current peace in the political space be a lasting one? Will former Rivers State Governor and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Chizi Enyi Esq, truly forgive the Rivers State Governor, Somina Wokoma? For the moment, he decided to be bold. Again, we will say, will the Governor of Rivers State, Somina Wokoma, ignore calls on him that he must take up the mantle as the Governor of Rivers State? I have with me in the studio some very eminent personality of the civil society organizations who are with us in the studio this morning, and we shall be looking at some of these issues and again some of the demands made by the coalition. In the studio with me this morning, I have, well, it's a very popular voice and he's always with us in this studio, taking things from the legal perspective, and sometimes it could be very antagonistic. And when he's antagonistic, his voice is always loud. Barrister Chizi Enyi is joining us. Good morning, and thank you so much, Barrister Chizi Enyi.
Good morning, Shegun. Good morning, Rivers people.
And also good to have you in the studio. And also I have with me in the studio Mr. Somina Wokoma. Mr. Somina Wokoma, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on Point Blank.
Good morning, Shegun and Rivers people. My name is Somina.
Oh, Somina Wokoma, beg your pardon. I apologize for that. And thank you so much, Somina Wokoma, for joining us. And by the way, I need to put things in perspective. Now, here, Somina Wokoma is the convener of Ijowari Worldwide. Am I correct?
Very correct.
So again, thank you so much for joining us. And also, earlier I introduced Pastor Chizi Enyi. Pastor Chizi Enyi is the president of the Initiative for Transparent Strategy and Good Leadership. Pastor Chizi Enyi, thank you so much. And also in the studio with us this morning, I have Comrade Solomon Lenu. Comrade Solomon Lenu is the convener, Ogoni Development Drive, ODD.
Yeah, thank you, Shegun, for having me, and good morning, Rivers people.
All right, so let us put things in perspective. A lot of things have happened in the last 7 days. You had a press conference on Wednesday, and the press conference was to focus on the issues in Rivers State. But don't forget, the Rivers State Governor, just some couple of hours ago or a couple of days ago, has come out to say, my Oga is my Oga. Again, that's a very big one, which we'll be analyzing. And again, the governor has also said that he has not sent anyone to be rude or put up an act of insubordination against the former Rivers State Governor. I'm paraphrasing right now. And the governor and the immediate past governor met at a function to unveil the 2024 legal year. So much has happened. But again, yesterday, Barrister Solomon Lenu, you also had a press conference. In that press conference, which is the latest to us, you have called on the lawmakers from Rivers Southeast Senatorial District, which, by the way, is your senatorial district, and you are challenging these lawmakers to tell the people of Rivers Southeast Senatorial District who elected them why they endorse an impeachment process against the governor. You are also saying at that press conference that the people of the constituency, making us Rivers South, never at any time gave their mandate to their representative to embark on such a move. But the question to you is, I've looked through the process of impeachment. There's nowhere there that it says the lawmakers must seek the mandate of members of their constituent to embark on such process.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Shegun. I want to just say something very quickly before I go to your question. While you were doing your synopsis to this program, you used a particular word twice. You said the governor was insubordinated, showed some
according to the elders,
subordination to the governor,
according to the Rivers Elders Forum,
the former governor of the state, current minister. I wish to say that that's very, very unfair.
Well, again, let me put this in perspective. That is not my personal opinion. That is according, if you listen to me carefully.
I think
that is according to the Rivers Elders Forum.
Not, be using such words, because beyond the shores of Rivers State, people are listening to us from outside. Of course, the reach of this station, transcends beyond Rivers State. There is no way with all the things that has happened in the last, 1 week plus, the person of the governor will be said to have shown insubordination, to the former governor of Rivers State. If for any reason there is anybody who has shown any sign of insubordination, so to say, it should be, the latter and not the governor of the state. Because as it stands today, by every ramification, the person, no matter how big you are, no matter the position you hold, as long as Rivers State is concerned, the moment you step your feet on the shores of this land, this state, then there is one person which holds the highest authority, which the highest reverence should be given to, and that's the governor of our state, His Excellency Somina Wokoma.
Now, if I may come in here, Comrade Solomon, I'm going to take it that you then disagree with what the the Rivers Elders Forum said.
Of course.
That was a paraphrase. Again, I'm saying it's a paraphrase of their insinuation.
Of course. And it was clearly stated too in the press briefing that we had on Wednesday.
Now we'll come to the kernel of your press briefing. But again, I'm coming to what you did
yesterday. Going to
yesterday.
the question that you asked concerning what we did yesterday. Of course, Shegun, you know that what we practice here in Nigeria and Rivers State by extension is what they call constitutional democracy. And what makes democracy stands out among every other form of government is because it is participatory. And the reason why democracy is defined as the government of the people, for the people, and by the people is because it involves all strata and all section of the society. Now, you have a set of lawmakers that were elected by their people to go and represent them in the hallowed chambers of Rivers State. They went about that activity, left the core mandate for which they were sent, and went on a wild goose chase to go and do what I call idol worshipping of someone who should not be. Now, you asked the question, you said there is nowhere in the Constitution that says that for an impeachment process to be carried out, that the lawmakers must consult their constituents. I also want to ask, is there any part of the Constitution that also says that you should go and carry out an impeachment process on a sitting governor who has committed no offense or no crime, or go to carry out an impeachment process for no reason just because you have someone who calls himself the God of all because he wanted you to do so? Is there any part of our Constitution that enables or allows or gives legal back into such action that they have carried out?
Okay.
The question is no.
Comrade Solomon,
yes.
because I want us to be a little bit more decorum on this show this morning, and thank God Minister Chizi Enyi is also here. The laws or the process of embarking on impeachment is contained in Section 188 of the 1999 Constitution, if I'm correct, Minister Chizi Enyi. Now, again, there are provisions and there are steps based on this. So I am also coming back to the question I asked you, because right now you have told the lawmakers from Rivers Southeast Senatorial District that they have 7 days.
Of course.
And you've given them 7 days ultimatum.
Yes.
Now, within that 7 days, they must go back, apologize to those who voted them into office,
yes,
and also retrace their steps. According to you, and I'm paraphrasing right now, the people did not send them to embark on the process of impeachment. So again, I'm asking you, where in the Constitution do I have to go back to my constituents to tell my constituent that, okay, I want to be part of this process?
Well, the answer to that question lies on the moral ground.
Okay.
Now, if I sent you to go and represent me, you understand, in a process or in a place or in the hallowed chamber as the case is right now, is it not also right that when you want to take such far-reaching action that you fall back to the people? Now, the Constitution may have not been all-encompassing to state every rudiment or every items that should be followed, in carrying out their legislative activities. But then, the onus is on them because, like they say, he who hires also have the right to fire. Do you understand? So if you are there on our mandate, and we sent you here to go and represent us, what we wanted to hear from you is that, oh, look, there is this project that is coming, or the people are feeling this pain, and then you're taking it to the state assembly to see how you can better the loss of the people. Those are the kind of things that we sent you there to do, not for you to go and participate in a charade that does not promote
in alleviating the lots of the people. And like I said, everybody knows that what happened on that floor on the 30th day of October was a mere facade, instigated by somebody who feels that he owns everything. And let me tell you something, Shegun. Freedom is not free. You must, people think, people in Nigeria today, everybody wants Nigeria to be like America, they want Nigeria to be like UK and all of this, but they don't know that there's a price we paid. Now, in our democratic journey, we also need to understand that it is a phase that must be achieved with some effort. Now, the people who represent us, and by extension Nigeria, because what I'm saying here now is not just peculiar to the people of the Southeast Senatorial District, forget to understand that while they are there, while they have been voted and elected to go and represent the people who vote them also reserves the right to also recall them back when they misbehave.
And of course, you have also issued an ultimatum to them.
And it is until this aspect of our democratic process, is demonstrated for them to understand that, look, when you are elected, it is not all uhuru that you can go there and misbehave and do what you want to do, that the people can recall you back. When this thing has been, it is until this is demonstrated and shown to them, that's the only way and only time we would make process in our democratic process. Because as it is today, as it is right now, they seem not to understand that, look, that the power that you hold, the representation that that was given to you, belongs to the people and not to you, and not for you and for any other individual apart from the people.
The reason why I'm asking you specifically this question, because I also want all members here, because we have Barrister Chizi and we also have Somina Wokoma also here. We also want them to join in the conversation. But the reason why I asked you is because you held that press conference yesterday. And again, you were very emphatic, particularly on lawmakers from the Ogoni axis. Yes. I remember there is a particular lawmaker who initiated the motion, who is from the Ogoni. From Gokana. Precisely. And you're very, very emphatic on that lawmaker. And you're saying that, no, you did not send the lawmaker, and neither the people of their constituents sent the lawmaker. So again, I just want us to put things in perspective. Perhaps Barrister Chizi may just want to lend a voice. I recognize the fact you said that, yes, it may not be explicit in the Constitution, Section 188 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic. But again, you are saying it is on moral ground. Is this permissible in law, particularly when we're talking about the constituents? He has said the lawmakers from River Southeast have 7 days to tell the people of their constituent why they must participate in that process.
Shegun, for me, I disagree somehow on the issue of morality, as said by Solomon. Whether the constitution was explicit or not, it's still constitutional to recall.
How?
Have you not heard of recall before?
No, of course you can recall, but on the grounds with which is coming up. Yes.
What ground do you think you can recall that your constituents are not comfortable with you? They are no longer happy with what you're doing, and once you get the majority number, you will be recalled. I'm sure that is obvious. That now tells you that what Solomon Lenu said about giving them ultimatum is a reality. So you do not need to ask him the constitutional grant to which he made that ultimatum. The ultimatum is that the people who are representing them are now doing things not in conformity with why they are sent there, and because they have refused to come back to tell them that this is what they want to do and this is the action they have carried out, the people are now not happy and can recall them. And when you know that you can be recalled, why then do you ask the constitutional provision of coming to let your people know? Now, another one is, you will always hear them in pretense that we are doing this and that and that, and therefore we'll fall back to our constituent and then come back to brief the assembly. Is it a constitutional provision? We also hear them always say public hearing. Is it expressly stated in the Constitution? These things are processes and procedures. You see, the Constitution is not just a Constitution. Also look at the intention of the draftman, the lawmakers. What do they intend? What do they have in mind? You think that if they don't have in mind that for a representative not to go there and do like the assembly members led by Martins Amewule did on 30th, that they should be guided so that they won't be recalled? So you don't come to ask the constitution that empowers people to do this. And Shegun, it's very unfortunate that, like for my own assembly member, Honorable Justina Imeji, Since the inception of this current assembly, the only first time she opened her mouth in the assembly was on 30th, wherein she prayed for Sim to be impeached. Shegun, that is too bad.
So you're against that?
Shegun, 1,001,000%. In fact, I'm even apologizing on her behalf to Rivers people that since she went to the assembly, the only time she spoke was even outside the chamber. She had not even made a word. She had not even uttered a word in the assembly chamber. She only spoke outside the chamber because the assembly chambers got burnt and they didn't sit inside the chamber. And the only time the member representing our state constituency spoke was outside the chamber and only offer a prayer. She was very unfortunate too. And in fact, Rivers people will forgive us for that because we know that Solomon Lenu, the ultimatum is for 7 days. When we come up, it will not even be up to 7 days. More people will rise up to condemn that her action.
You're listening to Point Blank, coming to you from Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. Well, again, a lot of people will say, well, there seems to be peace in the political arena and a whole lot of things happening. But again, so much undercurrent as to going on. Just yesterday, there was a press conference called by Solomon Lenu, and he has given ultimatum to lawmakers from the area that they are given 7 days to apologize for the steps taken because they did not refer to the constituent and they do not have the mandate of the people of their constituent. So we are asking, will this hold water? Earlier on Wednesday, a group of members of NGOs, several of them, including Somina Wokoma, who is right here with us in the studio, the convener Ijowari, Comrade Solomon Lenu, convener Ogoni Development Drive, and Pure Kalango, convener of RG23 movement, Comrade Gift Barry Darcy, convener Rivers Project, and Taminotoya Felix Obokiri, convener Partners in Progress Rivers State, Ibinabo Fred Hunsford, the DG Takeover Rivers Initiative, and Chizi Enyi, the President General Initiative for Transparent Strategy and Good Leadership, held a press conference. And in that press conference, they issued a 9-point statement. And this 9-point statement borders on how they perceive the situation in River State and what they want to be done. And that's what we're discussing this morning. Don't forget, you can be part of the call and you can be part of our conversation now. The number to call us up, 081 0678 34993 and 08117431021 and 07050791021. Do you agree with these members of NGO in River State that their lawmakers do not have their consent to participate in the process, beginning the impeachment process of the River State Governor Sim Life, and they are demanding an apology from those representing them in the River State House of Assembly? In fact, Solomon Lenu had gone ahead to issue a 7-day ultimatum to lawmakers from River South Senatorial District to retrace their steps and apologize to people of the constituent. And you just heard Barrister Chizi saying the people of MOA would also begin a process against the lawmaker representing MOA. The only time, according to Barrister Agent, she spoke on the floor, not even on the floor, according to Barrister Agent, was to offer prayer in the process, on the impeachment process. Now, let's just take 2 calls before we come back looking to other issues. Hello, good morning. Point Blank Saturday.
Good morning, Pastor Shegun.
Thank you for joining us. Good morning.
Okay, I am Somina Wokoma calling you from Oyibo local government.
Good.
7 days is too much. 7 days is too long.
Okay.
In fact, they're supposed to reduce the date. These people are supposed to apologize, not only the River State governor. They also supposed to apologize to whole River citizens to take a step that is not legally promoted. You know, the youth of our society is supposed to rise up now for anything that is illegal. Enough of this nonsense that we have been tolerating from our leaders of it that we voted in. Enough of this nonsense. We can no longer continue to tolerate this nonsense any longer. Let them give an apology to our governor and the society that voted them in. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. And let's take another one. And of course, that gentleman is also from River Southeast. Yes, let's take this one. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, so this is Prince calling from Port Harcourt.
Yes, good morning. Let's have your take.
Solomon Lenu does not have the capacity to speak for the own people. And does not have the capacity to recall any lawmaker. The lawmakers are doing their job. I don't know what all these political jobbers look at Chizi because they have interest in the chairmanship of MMO and government. That's why they are speaking for things about today. I want to get Chizi that come 2024 that actually will become the next chairman of government. He will go the content. So all these things is not helping. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and we quite appreciate. Well, you've made an allegation. Barrister Chizi will respond to that appropriately. But let me take one more. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
Yes,
good morning.
My name is Fine Mine. I'm calling. Yeah, I want to thank the gentlemen in the studio. Good morning to them, and also I want to appreciate their passion for the development and the progress of this state, because it takes a lot of courage for anybody to do what they are doing.
Okay.
Although I am not a fan of Chizi Enyi, but on this, I want to appreciate them. You see, Rivers State is a democratic state. And whatever the people that were elected to represent us must do, they must do it in tandem with us. The impeachment notice that was served our governor who has done nothing is an affront on our mandate. They are not supposed to take such action without making us understand. Yes, there may not be a constitutional provision for that. But they should have at least do it for the sake of morality.
Okay.
If they will come back, if they will see in the floor of the plenary that they want to recourse to their constituency, to make some considerations and also have some conversation with their constituency, let's stop them from coming. You see, I want to tell them that the Rivers State is a state that loves peace. I have lived in this state for over 30 years, and it is a state that loves it. But when you push it into the wall, you cannot stand the effect of it. And I want to tell everybody that it is an insult for anybody to say that the governor, has many fences or he has gone to apologize to anybody. Rivers State is under the leadership of Somina Wokoma, and he is the governor, and everybody is subject to decision, provided it is constitutional.
Okay.
So the governor doesn't have to meet with anybody, doesn't have to settle with anybody, doesn't have.
All right, fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. And gentlemen, we're going to look at those calls. But just before then, a former lawmaker in the Rivers State House of Assembly sent us a message. And the former lawmaker is correcting and trying to put things in perspective. I'm going to read what the former lawmaker said Friday in K, by the way. He said, "Good morning. There is provision for recall of an assembly representative on sensitive matters." He said, on sensitive matter that affects the welfare, image, and reputation of his people. An assembly member who misrepresents his people on any public issue without consultation risk recall. So again, he's saying that, well, you may have said it is on moral ground, but the lawmaker is saying to that, no, it is not necessarily on moral ground.
Also understand, let's not quote Solomon only. Also understand, I said I disagree with him that it's not just on moral ground.
Yes.
So we are talking in unity. So take this my view.
All right, fantastic. So again, we have a former lawmaker saying that, well, if a representative misrepresents the view of his people, it risks a recall. But again,
which is what we know we stated in our communique.
Yes.
The main reason for our action and our ultimatum is because they misrepresented us. If you read that communique,
but again, one of the caller has challenged you that, do you even have the mandate of the people to embark on this?
Well, that caller is not even from my district, so he wouldn't know if I have the mandate or not. I put that to him.
Okay, but Somina, you want to say something on that?
Have a mandate or not? Is it not an organization? Is it not from the same senatorial district? Is it not from that constituency? Is there anywhere they collect rights to begin the process? And it's a pity that our some youths are so covered with I don't know what's happening to them. They're so.
Let's leave the people. But again, let us focus on the main issue here.
On the main issue now, recalling House of Assembly members is a process we have begun. They went to impeach our governor, the governor of Rivers State.
They served the impeachment process.
No, they went to serve the governor of Rivers State an impeachment process.
Yeah.
Without coming back to the people that sent them on an errand. The constituents sent them on an errand. Go and make laws for us. Go and represent us. Go and bring up governance processes that will bring good governance to us, the people. And that's what they went there for. It going there and they see that, look, the constitution says gross misconduct. The governor's attitude is now gross. It's not just misconduct, it's now gross. They have to retreat. Come back to your people. Look, our people, the message you sent us, this is what we are experiencing from our governor. We can't take this. and this is what our law says. Since they can't do that, we that sent them. You see what happened last week on the 30th of October, awakening Rivers people. It is the people that are now rising that, oh, we sent you to go and represent us. You went there to impeach our governor to favor somebody. Okay, no problem. Since you've gone to deviate from what we sent you to do for us, tell us how many laws you've made for us. How have you improved our welfare? What have you done for us? That you're going to impeach a governor just to satisfy one man's insatiable desire. Therefore, we do not need anything from anybody to recall you. This is a gross misconduct on your part, our legislator, that we want you come back, so that somebody amongst us will go, that we hear from us. We are not doing this because we want to be paid, or we are paid, or the governor sent
But
us.
again, this position, is it just grandstanding, or do you even have what it takes to drive it? You've given them 7 days. Again,
Yes, we have what it takes. The Constitution gives us power. The Constitution, we have read the Constitution. The Constitution says that 1/2 of the people registered voters in that constituency, 1/2 of the registered voters in that constituency is on section 110 of our Constitution, 1999 Constitution of the Nigerian Constitution, section 110. That the 1/2 of the people registered voters in that constituency has the power to recall. And see what happened is annoying Rivers people. It has never happened before in Rivers State that our governor.
but again, are you
or
facing
serve
the
on
fact that the governor himself is saying that I want peace?
Well,
Yes,
to answer that question, and to also throw more light on some of the insinuations that has been going on.
Yeah.
People have been saying, oh, our governor is too timid, he's too weak, he's not authoritative and all of that. But the message I want Rivers people to know, I want to give to Rivers people, is that we had, a very atomistic governor in the past. And, save for the comic relief that he gave to us, a lot of persons were not happy. Just that, like one of the callers said, Rivers people are very peaceful people. That's why we never had a protest. So when Rivers people were electing Somina Wokoma, they never, wanted, or they never went out to elect, a replica of what they had before, which was not very, palatable with them. So the man, you're not expecting the man to act in the same combustive, way that the former, governor acted. So for those who are saying that, Sim is not doing this, is not doing that, he was supposed to be very, very active and very forthcoming and all of that. Everybody have their own style. The man is a perfect gentleman. The man is a man that Rivers people will be happy about. The issue of the peace that you are talking about, yes, everybody wants peace. There is nobody that does not want peace, because there's no way we can talk about development without having peace.
All right.
But what we are saying, which we have been saying too, is that we don't want, there are certain kind of peace that we don't want. Any peace that will concession our destiny, to the confines or the pocket of one individual to use as he will, as he pleases, like that has been done in the past 8 years. We don't want such peace.
All right, fantastic. So again, we've had 2 press conferences now, the one on Wednesday and the one that held yesterday. So the one that held yesterday is saying you're given 7 days to your representative to explain to you why they embark on that process without consulting their constituent. And again, you said you derive such rights from the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
of course.
And of course on other issues there. But again, let's move to the one that you had on Wednesday. On Wednesday, you issue a 9-point communique. Not only you, Somima is there, Barrister Chizi is there, and other Pure Kalango and others. And in one of the points you issue, you even took on the governor himself, and you're saying the governor must rise. And let me read what you say. His Excellency Sir Somina Wokoma must rise up to fully take charge of the state power that has been vested on him by Rivers people, and should exercise same as executive governor of Rivers State without fear of favor. Again, is this to suggest that he has not been exercising same?
Of course, without any prejudice to his office and all of that. Yes, there are executive powers that are vested in him as the governor, which he has not used.
Give us such
or
example.
He has
Give us
refused
such example.
to use because of his own nature. The call there that you read out right now was to let him know that, look, as the governor of Rivers State, you have powers that you can use to address the situation that is rearing up right now, which will not be in the interest of Rivers people. And
That is why we call on him to go. Because, for instance, have you not noticed that the people who are on the payroll of Rivers people, who Rivers people are paying, the people who are on the employment of the governor himself, has been undermining him? Yes,
well, again,
they've been doing that.
Again, that's your perception.
No, it's not. It's not about my perception. It's true. It's obvious. It's all over the place.
Somina want to say something about Chizi. That's your perception. It might not be too obvious to every Rivers people, because all we know is that he's the governor of Rivers State.
I can tell you.
Okay, Somina.
So yes, the governor has to stand his ground.
How? That's the question, because that's what you're raising up on.
We don't need to quote the constitution now. The constitution is there for everyone to go and see the powers of the governor. But from the immediate past governor, we saw that when he is talking as a governor of Rivers State, he knows his office. Like, let's take for instance what happened in church yesterday. Our governor was seated. The governor of Rivers State was seated, and the immediate past governor came in. That was a protocol, a breach of protocol. The immediate past governor came in, and our governor was made to stand up. The governor, the former governor that I know and that I love, he will never allow that.
But again, if Governor Somina chose to stand up, what does that mean?
If Governor Somina chose to stand up as a sign of humility, his humble nature, look, there are offices you are sent to, they will train you, they will coach you, they will tell you that, look, because of this office, carry yourself this way. Not because of you. He is not a Somina.
Okay.
He is the governor of Rivers State. That means he represents Rivers State. So anything he does, he is doing on behalf of Rivers State.
But the governor himself has said, my Oga is my Oga.
Fine.
And again, he has said he has not sent anyone. So why are we trying to read things that are not necessary into this body language? Does it really matter?
Should I respond?
Please.
First of all, let me tell you, if you've not known, whether the governor sent people, he didn't send people, we are talking of Rivers people. So as Rivers people, whether the governor sent us or not, we will do what we should do to protect Rivers State. Now the governor can recognize anybody as his Oga. He didn't remove anything, but one thing is the humility and the humble nature of the governor shouldn't be taken for granted.
Oh.
It shouldn't be taken for granted. We've known that from his character wise, he has been humble in nature. He has been so quiet, but let me tell you, first of all, our communique has been given credence to. One of the items there.
Yeah, I want to come to that, which is the replacement of the commissioner of police.
Commissioner of police. So even thank us, because the life of our governor cannot be at stake, and we keep quiet. See, in as much as we didn't keep quiet, the IG have at least given credence and has acted on one. Others too will be acted upon. However, Shegun, we talked about the governor to take charge. It did not mean that we are saying that he is one man who cannot take charge. Just like my friend and brother have talked about the breach of protocol. If I'm the governor as at now, I would have sacked all my protocol officers. None of them will remain in that government house. Whether the humility is to the extent that he will stand up to shake the governor or not, that should be at his discretion. Shouldn't be as so obvious. At least we would have seen in that video where his security, where his protocol details would have been in disagreement. If such has happened, we would know that it was a breach by the higher power. Because the present minister will always want to show himself. His presence will always be visible to those who would notice it. Now, apart from that, Shegun, we talked about the life of the governor being threatened, and the governor also himself admitted and made public that the police shot tear gas on him and water cannons. Shegun, since then till today, apart from the likes of JAG who has made comments on radio stations, Shegun, tell me which government official has condemned the attack? Shegun, hold on. Shegun, don't do shit.
Okay, I'm
just hold on. Will you allow me? We are telling you that the governor have not taken much charge. I am now telling you instances. I'm giving you instances.
You've raised
Shegun,
two cases.
Hold on. Let me complete this one. That's my problem with you. Allow me complete it now. Haba.
Okay.
The two cases you are talking of, which one now? I said one now. Which other one? Allow me complete this one now.
All
before
right.
you know it's two cases. Now, Shegun, even the Commissioner for Information only came up with a refutal that the governor didn't dissolve the local government chairman and what is it called? the CJ, without even referring to the threat to the life of the governor, without referring to the assembly sitting outside the chambers. And Shegun, since then till today, the only commendation from the staffs of the governor, from the appointees of the governor, was a radio appearance in Nigeria Info by one Dr. Gift Wolo, the current commissioner for housing, who went to the radio stations to say that he was nominated by his local government to the governor, who accepted him, and that's all. Little did he know that the same governor has a discretion. I don't know when the present minister has told Rivers people that Rivers people nominated him to Tinubu, that the same man who is the current commissioner to the governor did not in any way condemn the attack on the governor's life. Instead, he said that his loyalty is only to Rivers people and not to the governor, because even the governor is loyal to Rivers State. Shegun.
And again,
gentlemen, I just want us to put things in perspective.
I pity Rivers State as it is currently.
I want to put things in perspective, because you see, Barrister Chizi, you said a whole lot of things which we'll talk about. Now, if you just tune in, you're listening to Point Blank Saturday. I have with me leaders of some NGO groups in Rivers State here. Barrister Chizi Enyi is here in the studio. Somina Wokoma is the convener of Ijowari Worldwide, and Solomon Lenu is the convener of Ogoni Development Drive. Earlier in the week, on Wednesday precisely, about 8 of them met together and held a world press briefing where they came out with 9-point communique. Yes. We're discussing the 9-point communique. Also yesterday, some members of these NGO leaders in Rivers State also held a press briefing, giving a 7-day ultimatum to lawmakers representing them in the Rivers State House of Assembly, warning that they have 7 days to apologize to people of their constituents or face a recall over the position they took on the impeachment process of the governor. And their argument is that they did not consult their people before embarking on that process. So we're discussing all of that. But again, Barrister Chizi, 2 things you said. First, you said if you were the governor, but you are not the governor. You said if you were the governor of Rivers State, you will sack all your protocol team following what happened yesterday. I just want you to clarify a little bit about that. What did you think the protocol team did wrong?
There is nothing that happened inside that church that was not wrong with the protocol. So if you're asking me what they did that was wrong, it's like there was the one they did that was not wrong. In fact, I don't know whether they only let the governor inside and allowed him to his feet. They just let the governor inside the church and allowed him to his feet. That's the only thing they did, and it is wrong. That's the extent I will stop. I don't want to go into that details, because as I continue to watch that video, it makes me cry.
Okay, let's open the telephone line 08106783493 and 08117431021 07050791021. Do you agree with Barrister Chizi? Of course, the video has gone viral where the Rivers State Governor Somina Wokoma was seated in a church service at an event unveiling the 2024 legal year, and the immediate past governor came in towards the end of the ceremony. And from what we saw in the video, the governor was made to stand up to allow the immediate past governor access to sit down. Again, Barrister Chizi felt something is wrong in the protocol. And he said if he was the governor, he would have sacked all the protocol team. Do you agree with him? And let's have you participate now. Let's take 2 calls. Good morning, and thank you for joining us, Point Blank.
Hello, my name is Akantu.
Akantu, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, my friend and my brother's wife.
Yes.
Yeah. Chizi, my friend, I can Chizi Mecca. And my brother.
You are my in-law too.
Yeah, my people. We have been observing it what has been happening in the turbulent period we have been passing through. But I want to see and I want to make it in the note that the former governor of Rivers State.
Now, I can't say you have 30 seconds because we have other people that are on the line. Yes.
About the structure. He only concerned about the structure. And I know he said you are going to govern well. That is what he told the governor. And we are concerned about those statements. But we are also made the governor say he should go about making the government. And instead of recalling like my brother said, Solomon Lenu, I want to see, let's go back to do return hall. Let's come back to some cinema make up for. If the generality of Ogoni people or the River South is that district, we should record our representatives in the River South. So be it. Because during the time of Patricia Ete, the former Speaker House of Representatives, something like this happened. And at the end of the day, they did not recall her. But an impeachment was against her.
Okay, thank you so much, Akanto. Thank you so much, Akanto. Now we have a comment coming from Kento from Ogubolo, and Kento said the desire to recall lawmakers that move for the impeachment of Governor Sim is a good one, because that act would have murdered democracy in our state. However, we must have a change of attitude against politics of godfatherism, which is seen as a major cause of political instability in some states, not in River State alone. Same must be given a fresh air to operate, and that is from Kento. Kento, thank you so much. Let's take another call here. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Point blank. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Simon from Oketa.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. 30 seconds, please.
All your guests in the studio. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I am just a layman. I don't know what they are talking about. What I do understand is what I want to tell you. Even in the creation of the world, there was a structure. There was a structure in the kingdom of heaven. So we can talking about structure. Those people talking that they have structure, let them go and make structure to fight this battle. Otherwise, there's a fight ahead of them. There's a big fight. This thing we are talking about, he has a structure for a very long time. Structure is very much important. The man I said he has a structure. Let them go. If they want to really fight the common cause for them to win this battle, they must form a forum. There will be no betrayers. They will stand firm and fight this fight. Otherwise, it will not be so easy. They don't just look at this church this way. You come to Ready and talk tomorrow, there's nothing working. That's the kind of Nigeria we are. They should look for a structure. They should make a structure. Every government in this state, as well as the commander judge has a structure, so Odele has a structure. I may see hiding the structure was destroyed, but in the relation of UK with them, they made a structure for them to become what they are now. So for one to become somebody, you must have a structure. They should not say on them just say there is no what structure. They have a structure. He has told them they should form a structure to fight this battle. Otherwise, it won't be so easy.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us from Okrika, and we quite appreciate your comment there. Again, don't forget the WhatsApp number 09059481021. You can send us your voice note and 081067834783493 to call us up on, and 08117431021 as well as 07050791021. It is Point Blank Saturday, and so much is happening in River State. Of course, we know that the peace is gradually coming to the political atmosphere, but members of the NGOs are making some demand. Some NGO members came together over the week on Wednesday and held a press conference. 9 points issued. One of the points, we've seen the result of that, and that point is the call on the Inspector General of Police to urgently withdraw the River State Commissioner of Police, and we've seen that done. We have a new Commissioner of Police in River State. And also another press conference yesterday where Solomon Lenu and others are calling on members representing River South Senatorial District to issue a letter of apology to members of their constituents. And they are saying that the constituent never approved for them to embark on the impeachment process of the governor. And just this morning, you heard what Barrister Chizi said to us, that if he was the governor of River State, he would have ordered for the immediate sack of all members of his protocol team. Now, we'll be staying on that. But again, gentlemen, as part of your communique, point number 9 of your communique said that the former Speaker of River State House of Assembly, Martin Emewule, should stop deceiving people that he is still the Speaker since he has been impeached, and also other assembly members led by Martin Emewule have been suspended. They should go ahead and make peace with the leadership of the assembly led by Honorable Edison here. Let me come to Pastor Chizi, because this is more of law. How can this stand legally?
Okay, Shegu, before Chizi says something on
yes,
this,
Somima.
I want to especially say a very big thank you to the Inspector General of Police. We made this demand, and as quickly as possible, he swung into action and changed the Commissioner of Police. So on behalf of the Jawara Worldwide and the Rivers Liberation Coalition, we want to say thank you to our IG for heeding to our demand. Thank you.
Okay, so Barrister Chizi, yes.
Which law are you talking about?
Again, don't forget, you cannot build anything on nothing. So again, the elders have issued a statement to say, first, the suspension of Edison Enyi stands.
The constitutional elders.
I don't understand what you mean by constitutional elders.
The elders that are being recognized by the Constitution of Nigeria.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Hold on. That elders you're talking about there is the elders of Wike's structure. So they are not elders of Rivers State as in holistic. So please, do the elders determine who is on suspension and who is not on suspension by the Rivers State House of Assembly? Is that one you're talking of? Whether will that stand according to the Constitution of Nigeria or what? Let's be realistic, I beg. As we are talking, please, like Solomon talked about, you said it was the current governor acted in subordination. It was in subordination, it's in subordinate act by the governor, and you repeated it. I don't know whether if I will say
All right, so Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. Now, Barrister Chizi, you were just making a point there before we had our little break. Yeah.
You referred to what the elders said, that a Governor's Act is an insubordination, and you repeted it. You know, Solomon Lenu talks about.
Well, again, I paraphrase because that's not exactly the point.
I'm saying something now.
Yes.
Solomon Lenu said that the microscopic elders you're talking about ought to apologize to the governor. And even you too, the Rivers people requires apology from you for rephrasing or paraphrasing, in fact, for repeating that the governor of Rivers State acted in an act of insubordination.
Well, according to the elders.
No, you don't. Shegun, I have been in this your studio several times, and whenever I use vulgar word, you will always correct me without repeating what I said. I know you, Shegun. You will always repeat. Shegun, I can't come here to say that one of your staff, Rookie, is mad. You won't say that I said Rookie is mad. You will say because I said something in this. Not again in confirmation with your rule.
I don't even need to go back to that.
Please. Don't go back there. But we demand an apology from you for using that word.
Your point on number 8 is very, very clear. Number 6 is very clear. That the Nyesom Wike lawyer elder. Again, you are saying the Nyesom Wike lawyer elder.
Yes.
But I think again that is rude on your part.
No, Shegun, but all of them are loyal to him. Unless you want them to be angry with you. Are you telling them that they are not loyal to Wike? They admitted they are loyal. That is the structure. So why are you saying that? We said they are elders loyal to Nyesom Wike. If you want to misquote them, if you want them to get angry with you, say that they are not loyal. Now, contradict us on what we said. We are telling you a reality. You're saying that we need an apology from you for repeating what they said, that our governor acted. Oh, Shegun, I don't want to get angry in this studio, and then you say, Shegun, we really need an apology from you. Honestly, Shegun,
we are in the
Somina,
we are in the season of apology.
Shegun, we need an apology from you for repeating that our governor's act is insubordination.
From you for repeating that word that the governor of Rivers State, the man owning our mandate,
for Christ's sake,
acted in asking how to who?
To who?
Who is the number one citizen of the state? Who is the chief security officer of Rivers State? Who is in charge of now? Shegun, let me come to another point. You're talking about peace.
Yes.
We are advocates of peace. We want peace in Rivers State.
Yes.
Our governor is a kind gentleman. In fact, he is a seasoned technocrat. He knows what to say and what to do. He has not sent us. We are sent by Rivers people. We sent ourselves. Because if we say Rivers people, there are 1,001 Rivers people that will say, no, we didn't send them. But we sent ourselves as Rivers people concerned. It is not everybody that will.
But again, one of the callers called to say that you don't even have the structure to pursue some of the things you've put forward in this your points. 9 points you have there. How can you marshal them out?
Shegun, we don't have structure. Yeah. One has been granted. So what is he talking about? Shegun, let's not go into.
Maybe we'll take a protest to your office.
No,
before you know.
And barricade your office, then you know that we have structure. We have Rivers people. If you want Rivers people to come out in this, you will see Rivers people. But what we are saying that we want peace. We want our governor to be free, to have that freedom that comes with peace, not for him to be caged or to be micromanaged by anybody.
Again, when we're talking about peace, because you see, point number 8 of your communique said that we will resist anyone, including the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Chizi Enyi Esq, and his loyal elders who may attempt to frustrate the relative peace we are enjoying in River State. Again, the governor has said, I have not sent anyone.
Even that communique, even their own children and their wives will even join us to resist any attempt that will make us not to live in peace. What is wrong with that? Must the governor send us? We want peace.
You know something? One of the things that makes you a citizen of every society is the contribution that you are able to make. And we must do away with this insinuation that as long as you're not a politician, as long as you're not in government, when things are going bad, you should not talk about it. That's a very, very, erroneous mentality that has kept us where we are today. And it is very important for us to also pass this message out, because all the things that was stated on that communique, if you look at it dispassionately and without bias, you see that those are all the things that is causing problem, that is constituting the clog in the wheel of progress of our government of today. Now, I want to say this to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory without bias or without intending any insubordination to his office or whatever. The actions of the governor is actually tilting the people in service of Governor Sim Fubara against him. And I'll tell you this, you cannot be a minister and then you are serving in the Federal Capital Territory, and every now and then you call local government chairmen to your residents.
Are you aware of that? Again, those are insinuations. No, these are insinuations because
to meeting with them.
You
when
are not
we have
Comrade Lenu Solomon.
And as we speak today, yes, your body language is telling these people that, look, don't care about the governor. He cannot do anything. I am the one in charge. And these things, are the reason why
if you will allow me,
the level of insubordination by those on the employment of Rivers people and the governor.
If you allow me, carrying on. If you will allow me here, how did you know? Because you see, you're not a local government chairman, and the last time I checked, you don't have any official or political office. So how did you know all of this? These are mere insinuation. Except
no.
They
are not insinuation. As I am, I come from a constituency, and I have the people who represent me in that constituency. And Shegun, you should also know that, going by what it is today, information or things that are not done in the hidden cannot be completely hidden. And let me also let you know that it is also not all of these people that are doing this thing that are happy to do the things that they are doing, but they are just doing it out of compulsion. So when a man is acting, because he's compelled to do something, of course you know that he can come out to also come and say things. So what we are saying is that the governor, the former governor had his time. He has done his bits. He was here for 8 years and did all the best he could, and we thank him for that. Okay. But now we have a new sheriff in charge, and he should also do well to allow this man to have his time.
Because we need to begin to we'll begin to round this up, because
we'll round up. You said Solomon Lenu did an allegation. Let me tell you, are you aware?
Yes.
Are you aware that my own local government chairman was in company of the House of Assembly members that sat outside and resolved that they will send impeachment notice to the governor?
You're talking about
Dr. Chizi.
No, that's another allegation. How did you know about that?
This is the problem you have. Now you're talking of how. Well, then, if we are ending everything in how did we even know that the assembly resolved that there should be impeachment notice on the governor, when up to today even Shegun, as an investigative journalism, does not have a copy of the impeachment notice as to know the crime of the governor? Shegun, how did you know? You saw the video. Shegu, I beg, let's talk.
You're listening to Point Blank. Now, we'll just take some comments because we have a lot of comment coming in. Umo Egbogiri, in as much as studio guests have rights to express opinion, they ought to have heard what the former governor asserted, that he bought form for all contestants to enable their victory, which Governor Sim and co didn't controvert.
And that was another undemocratic act. Yes, we are in a democracy, so you allow people to participate. That's an imposition. Those are the challenges that we are talking about. Okay. You use state funds to go and buy a form for people, your cronies and the people that you like, and impose them on the party, and then you now come to lord over them because you feel that you made them whatever they are. And then I want to ask, the money that the governor uses to do all of these things, because he has never won any battle, justly and all of this, is it his own personal money?
No, I had Solomon. Let me correct Solomon Lenu. The money the governor used, the former governor used to buy forms for these people, I had from a reliable information that he went to farm in my community. It was the money they paid to him, so it's his personal money.
Well, again, yes,
it's his personal money now.
Again, that's just being so casual.
It's his personal money.
Somina. Yes, Shegun. For us to, how do we know?
Yeah.
When the appeal court victory, did you watch the video? We saw 2 videos, one in Abuja, one in Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt with Governor Sim Fobara, Abuja with former Governor Wike. All the local government chairmen, as for assembly members.
I'm very sorry. I don't like to call you, but again, I don't want us to go to the past. No. We need to focus on the present, because what matters. And I'm going to come to that. I will come to that. But if I just quickly read some of the messages, I will come to that, because we need to think about the future of River State. And Precious Nwako sent us a message. Says, Shegun, good morning. We need to understand that the evil we'll refuse to speak against today will eventually destroy us tomorrow. If the current governor of River State is not allowed to complete, and I repeat, complete control of the state, then we are all in for another 4 years of political slavery. I agree with the position of the convener of the ODD that the assembly member from Ogoni Axis must tender an apology to the Ogoni people, by extension the governor of River State. Again, Pedro Bride, these people making noise here never supported Sim, mostly the ones sitting at the center. They're talking about you, Comrade Lenu, because you're the one sitting at the center.
Yes, that's to tell you the level of patriotism that we have in River State, and that should be commended. Yes, I never supported the governor during his electioneering campaign because of his principle, and I made it obviously clear to everybody that, look, I have no problem with this man. This man is a perfect gentleman who is a victim of circumstance and guilty, victim by association, and that was it. And today, since he has come out to let us know that, look, I'm tired of all of those brigandage and charade and all of this, and I want a new River State, I will give him all the necessary support, and good people of River State will support him, and that is what you are saying.
And again, so we are out of the process of support and no support. Okay. Support and no support is over. This is governance. But support again, and no support is politics.
Gentlemen,
a gentleman supported him.
If you want to allow me, again, yes. There is another perspective. There's a gentleman who is a philanthropist and a businessman and also politician, Tej Jakrish. He has embarked on a campaign that there is so much River State can gain if we support the blueprint of President Bola Tinubu. Actually, yesterday he was with Asari Dokubo to say, look, we must key into the agenda, and that this present rancor will move us away from the center and we may lose out. Don't forget, River State has always lost out at the center. Again, is this what we want?
No, we don't want to lose out at the center. We must support the agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that's where our governor, the governor of River State, stands. He cannot associate himself from the center. So we are urging, also pleading with the former governor of River State, now the FCT minister, since he is at the center representing Rivers people, because he is there as a minister, not because he is who he is, but because he's from River State, and that slot is for Rivers people. Therefore, he should also ensure that whatever that should come to this River State, he enhances.
Okay.
Let me add something quickly to that.
Yes.
Just being a party to the center or being linked to the center does not guarantee that the state will progress. We've had, governments that were affiliated to the center and all of that in the past, and then nothing came out. What we want is an objective leadership, an objective, people-oriented governance. The minister now, who is close to the president, because by as far as we know, he is the one claiming that he has all the connections and has the birthright, to the federal government as
at today. That man was here for 8 years and we didn't make any appreciable progress.
Well, that is according to you.
Do you understand?
That's according
so
to you. That's
what we are saying right now, there needs to be a deviation, a departure from the previous, because if we allow this union to continue, you understand, we will still be going in the previous trajectory, which has not helped any Rivers. As far as I know, Rivers State is massively blessed and endowed that we don't even need the center. I was in a program yesterday, and then a technocrat came and read out the things, the potentials of Rivers State that has never been tapped. And when you listen to that program, you start to shed tears with the level of poverty that is in this place. So we don't want another brick and mortar development and all of this by somebody who will come and superimpose himself and be giving fictitious contracts from his bedroom and all of that. That's not what we want.
I'm sure you don't mean what you said, that Rivers State don't need the center. No, we definitely need the center.
We need the center.
No, don't misquote me. What I'm saying is that just being a part of the center does not guarantee that everything will be well. So why some are advocating that, you understand, we are in the good books or prepare ourselves in such a way that will benefit us, we should also be looking at how we can self-sustain ourselves, because we have enormous potential and resources that we don't even need to go to anywhere to go and look for help.
Okay, so gentlemen, we need to begin to ramp this up, and I'm going to give you 60 seconds each, so that we'll round it up. So again, let us just put things into perspective. Good for you. Let me just ask you the question. Good for you that one of the points you raised in your communique, which is the withdrawal of CP Ebuka, has now been done. We now have a new commissioner of police in River State. There are 8 orders, and again, from Comrade Solomon Lenu, you've given 7 days to lawmakers from River South Senatorial District to issue an unreserved apology to the people of their constituent. Otherwise, you'll begin a process of recall against them. So all of this, will this move us forward in the coming days, or this is also taking us back? I'm going to start with Master Chizi. You have 60 seconds.
Yes. First of all, let me just put one or two words on. Let me say one or two things with respect to the visit of Jacques Jr. to Assert that we make amend and then work with the center. Nobody that will refuse to work with the center, but that visit was as a result of Assert Dokubo's comment that all the appointments shouldn't be one-sided, and the Minister for Finance, the CBN governor, the EFCC chairman, the ICPC, and all that will drive the economy, all Yoruba, and how do we fit in? Assert Dokubo was only of the view that the president should make amend some of these things. So I agree with him totally. So I think that is the only way. If the president make that amendment, there is nothing wrong with aligning with the center. However, even the Lagos State we are talking about, apart from 2015, Lagos State has never worked with the center, and yet there were massive progress. So I agree with Solomon Lenu, not that you must identify with the center. Let me even tell you, lastly, from what I heard, information is available to me before Governor Simfobara visited Songhai Farm and other places, what he wants to do. If he's been allowed to do it, honestly, we must not align with the center to develop River State. Thank you.
Okay, Comrade Solomon Lenu, you have your 60 seconds.
Yes, and I would like to talk on the newly deployed CP to River State. I have been in the civil society for so long, and I've seen it all, if there's anything like that. And I want to say to Rivers people that we must all rise up and, you understand, prepare ourselves to face the current challenge so that we can actually get the Rivers State we want. Because merely changing a CP does not guarantee, that we are going to have a departure from the previous, because we don't know how he came. We don't know on whose request is here. So what I want Rivers people to do, and this is also a clarion call to the new CP that has come. Rivers State is a very strategic state in Nigeria where, you understand, her progress or failure affects the center. So if the new CP is here, Rivers people must hold him to account to let him know that there has to be an utmost level of neutrality, not to pay allegiance to any other person, any other place aside from people of Rivers State and the governor of Rivers State, so that we can make progress. And that is what I want them to do.
Comrade Somina.
Yes, I will stand on the peace the governor advocates. We are not interested in tearing Rivers State apart. We are not interested in tearing Rivers State apart. Rivers State must be peaceful and has to be peaceful. But our demand is that the governor should be free to exercise his constitutional rights It should not be that master and servant. And we are not disputing that Wike is his boss. It's his boss.
Okay.
He brought him out.
Right.
And we want him to align with everybody in the state to develop River State and to look away from all of these distractions. Nobody's an enemy. Nobody's an enemy to anybody. We are Rivers people. What we are demanding is that the right thing should be done. The governor should be allowed to be the governor of Rivers State and Rivers people, and not one man's governor or
thank you so much,
Comrade
Somina Wokoma. Thank you so much. And that was Comrade Somina Wokoma, the convener Ijowari Worldwide. Earlier, Comrade Solomon Lenu, convener Ogoni Development Drive, and also Barrister Chizi Enyi, who is the President General Initiative for Transparent Strategy and Good Leadership. Gentlemen, I thank you. And Comrade Solomon Lenu, we are counting down since you've given the lawmakers 7 days. And Barrister Chizi Enyi, I know you now know that I have a structure. I've held my structure and I refuse to apologize. But again, that's the first leg of the show this morning. 28 years after the killing of Ken Sarowa and others, we're looking at the fortune of the Ogoni people. Stay with us after the break.
Oya Claro Joe, who they breathe? This not Super FM. We don't show. Oh yes, our people talk say, nah.